Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Kayla Creates. And and today I have a longer video for you guys. I am going through all the Hoyas in my collection. There's a lot of them. I don't think I realized just how many Hoyas I had until I was taking them all down. I have them like all sitting around me. There's a lot. Let me count really quick. There's 24. There's 24 Hoyas. So yeah, there's 24 Hoyas. I'm gonna be going through all of them. I don't really have a rhyme or a reason behind the order, so let's just kind of jump on into it. Hi buddy. What are you doing? Nightmare. Oh, are you gonna hang out with me? Oh no, what fell? Alright, so I'm gonna start with one that you guys have already seen if you've seen my channel before. I apologize if you can hear my dog. He'll settle eventually. But first I have my string bean Hoya. So this guy is just getting really long. This is one of the first Hoyas that I ever had. Not the very first, but one of the first. It's getting stuck in my hair. But yeah, I'm not going to talk a whole lot about this one because I just talked about this one in, I think, the last video that came out, maybe the one before. Oh, that's how you feel, Knight? Okay. But this guy has gotten absolutely huge on me and it's been making me crazy happy. I love this plant. Alright, next I have my Hoya Collection. So this one also is very long. It's been slowly growing leaves along those runners, and this one before I moved into this house was just barely trailing. It was like just barely touching the end of this pot, but this growing season it has absolutely boomed. So this one is just kind of hanging out on my bedroom windowsill and it is very happy. I do need to water it. The poor thing is like all crisped up, but I'll be watering it today. I'm actually going to be filming a little vlog after this, so I'll be filming me watering all of my plants. Maybe you will see me watering this one too. Next I have my very first Hoya ever. So this is my Hoya wayettii. This is just a regular one. It's not variegated or anything like that, and this one I had for absolute years before it started to grow, like years. I've had this plant since maybe 2019, maybe 2018, and it had grown maybe one leaf. But I brought it into this house and it's suddenly growing. It also has this beautiful sun stressing on it. That's one of my favorite things about Hoyas, is that they get this beautiful sun stressing and they'll just change colors, but it won't really hurt the plant. And this guy, because it's just gotten so big, it just has a special place in my heart. And this one also hangs out in my bedroom window. All three of these first ones are in my bedroom. Alright, next I have my Hoya black margin, I believe. This one I have not had for that long. It has only given me a couple of leaves, but it has completely put out all of these runners. It's been really cool to watch it grow in my window. So this is in a south facing window and this is doing really well. I need to dust it. Oh my goodness. But it's been doing really well. I think it's almost too much sun to grow more leaves, but it has really been putting out these runners, so it's been cool to watch it reach. My boyfriend runs into it all the time and I think that's hilarious. But this guy is just so cool. I love just like the thick leaves on Hoyas, and this one just like those teardrop shapes are so like perfect and stereotypical. It's just so cute. Those black margins, especially on the newer leaves, like those black on them. So freaking cool. Okay, this next one is really big. This is my biggest Hoya that I have, so I thought I might as well get it out of the way. This is my Hoya obovata. Let me back away from the camera a little bit. But this one is blooming for me, so look at those blooms. She is just constantly giving me flowers. they are sticky, so I'm trying very hard not to touch them. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 blooms on it currently. 4, maybe 5 blooms currently going on. This one is beautifully sun stressed on top. This is also in my south facing window. She is just absolutely so happy. I bought this as a rather large plant, but she still has grown so much. She was not longer than this pot, so it's just all those little pieces down there and all those blooms. They're just so pretty, like this gorgeous pink color. Hopefully I can attach some pictures with it, but this guy honestly has been so easy. I got this for like 20 bucks at Home Depot, I think, and it is just so easy. I think this is my easiest Hoya. I kind of just set it and forget it, and it's been absolutely fine. I put it in my bathtub and just let it soak for a little while, and it's been happy. So she's been easy, she's been good. She's been beautiful with these gorgeous flowers, and these are not the first flowers that she's given me, so I've never had a Hoya bloom before, so this one was my first Hoya bloom, and it's just been so fun to watch them. They don't really smell like anything, which is almost good, but just so cool with these cute little soft leaves. Okay, where do I want to go next? So next is one of my favorite pots that I have. So this is my Hoya australis, and she gets mealybugs literally all the time, so she has not gotten that big. I did buy this plant with like 3 leaves, so it has gotten pretty big on me, especially since I've given her a little bit bigger pot. But look how cute this baby Groot pot is. My brother gave this to me for Christmas one year, and it's just so cute. Oh my gosh, it has a mealybug again. I swear I'm just constantly battling mealybugs. Unfortunately, I think that's just kind of part of having a lot of Hoyas in your house. It only attacks my Hoyas, which is good. So it's not actually going after any of my other plants. So I don't know if I have like a species specific mealybug in my house or something, or genus specific. But my Hoya australis, this is just the variegated version, and she's so cute, she's so easy, and I just love this pot. Here's another Hoya that I've shown on my channel before, and she actually is growing more leaves since the last time I showed her, like 2 weeks ago. But this is a Hoya carrii. This is a Hoya that I've had for a very long time. There's like a little straggler plant in here too. I've had this plant for a very long time. She was just this little heart, but she started growing a vine, so I up-potted her, and she's been just like growing all these leaves, which is crazy. I've had this Hoya for years. I think I bought this like the same time that I bought the Hoya wayettii, and just suddenly she wants to grow. So I love her in this little turtle planter. I got it for Christmas this year, and I'm so excited just to see what this plant can get into and just how big it can get. I love how big these leaves are, and they're just so solid. They're not really heart-shaped, they're kind of wonky, but maybe just with time they'll grow a little bit better. But even if they don't, I love her. She's just so cute, and it's just a good plant. Okay, next I have a very tiny one, it's a tiny pot, but I have my Hoya linearis. So it's gotten really long. She also has had constant mealybugs on her. They live on the same shelf, so I think they just kind of keep getting put back together and they keep giving it to each other. I just kind of have it as part of my plant chores to treat all my Hoyas. I'm actually going to be doing that later today. But this guy, I got it and it was like one little tiny strand, very small, and it has just gotten so long and so lush. I love how it's kind of grown out this little extra piece right here. So I'm excited for that to get really long too. And maybe there will just be more. I've thought about chopping and propagating it, but it's just cute as it is right now, and it's not in the way on my shelf. So I'm kind of just seeing how long it can get. I just have her in this cute little pot. It says Betty on it. I don't know who Betty is. My mom gave me this tiny little pot. It has like paw prints and a little cat on it. Before COVID, my mom went in and saved all the plants from all of her coworkers from her office building. So I think this is from one of her coworkers, Betty, but I think the pot was already empty. So no plant died in the making of this pot, but my linearis loves it, this tiny little pot. So she's gonna be living here for quite a while. All right, so this is another really fun pot. So this pot is boobs. So I'm gonna hold it this way so YouTube doesn't get too mad. But this is a Hoya retusa, and she is just so long. She hasn't grown a ton for me, only this one runner, and it's just kind of some leaves on it. I have had some issues with mealybugs on this one as well. Again, these live on the same shelf, so I think they're just constantly giving them back to each other. And yeah, so this one is just kind of funky looking. I like that it kind of looks like hair coming out of this pot, and I didn't realize that this was a Hoya when I bought it. I just thought it was this like weird like grass, but it's a Hoya. So look how cute and long, and she seems to be pretty happy. This is a concrete planter. I got this from a local plant shop in Wilmington, North Carolina. So I used to live there. I do not live there anymore. But that's where this is from. I have a couple of pots from them, and it's just so cute. Oh my goodness, this is another vine coming out. I thought it was another leaf. It's another vine. That's gonna be so much fun. But this one just kind of sticks out from my shelf, and it kind of just like hits people as they walk by. So I live in a jungle, so people just kind of know that when they come into my house. And yeah, I love this plant. I love all my plants. Who am I kidding? All right, next I have kind of a duplicate. So this is another Hoya australis, but this is the regular green one. It's kind of funky looking. I've had a little bit of trouble with this one. Obviously, you can kind of see it. Every time I move, she drops a couple of leaves and then she'll grow like 2 more. Right now, she does have mealybugs, unfortunately. I hate mealybugs. Okay, I'm gonna be treating this one for sure. Yeah, she's even giving me like dew droplets. But this one, I've tried lots of different lighting and she's just unhappy no matter what. Lots of light, little light, she's unhappy. So I've tried up potting her and she lost more leaves, so I put her back in the original pot. So hopefully she'll stay happy here. I'm trying to just like set her and not mess with her too much anymore, and hopefully she'll kind of grow happier. Oh my goodness, there's dog hair all over her too. But Hoya australis, I'm gonna put her away because she's kind of ugly, but she lives on my living room window. Okay, and then the next 3 that I have are kind of like a little set. So I have 3 Hoya carnosas. So the first one that I got in the set is Hoya carnosa Krimson Queen. So the queen wears the crown, so they have the white around the outsides. And this plant I got with like 2 leaves, and again, she's just been so happy in my current setup. She's just been growing absolutely huge. I've learned that Hoyas seem to like natural light rather than grow lights. They seem to do a little bit better. So she's just been doing great in my living room window, and I have her in this cute little terracotta kind of stained pot, and she is just one out of the triplets. Alright, the next one that I got is the Hoya Carnosa Krimson Princess. So I actually have 2 plants in here, and they're slightly different colors, which is kind of cool. So I have this like dark green one and the light green one, and both of them do have that princess coloring, where the princess wears the dress, so they have the white on the inner portions. This one, I have had issues with it reverting to green, so I'm not sure if this one's just a little bit less stable, or I just have a specific plant that likes to revert. Like, these are really dark green leaves, except for like a little bit of variegation in the middle. So I don't know if it's my specific plant or if it's just this species in general, but I still think she's really cute. She's also in another one of these terracotta pots. They're just kind of stained different colors. And then last but not least, I just have the regular green Hoya carnosa. So this one is just the regular green. She seems to be growing the best, probably because there isn't that variegation. So there's more chlorophyll to be able to photosynthesize and such. But she's just a fun shape. I like that it's kind of like funky all over the place. This is also another terracotta. So I got all three of these pots together, hoping to put 3 Hoya carnosas in them, and I slowly but surely got them, and it's been really fun to see them all together. Okay, next I have another little one. So this is just a little Hoya compacta. This is another one that I had for years, and she's only started growing for me recently. She only was these up to here until about a year ago, so I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 new leaves in the past year, which I mean is better than 0 leaves. She hangs on my wall, and she's so cute. Hoya compactas make Ryan really uncomfortable, and I don't know why. I think they're adorable, and they grow in such a funky way. I would love to have a huge Hoya compacta. Maybe someday I will, but right now she's just so little, so cute, only a couple of leaves. I love little plants. Alright, next is another Hoya that I've had for a very long time. This is my Hoya latifolia. This is actually the second Hoya that I've ever had bloom. She bloomed for me this summer, and it was so much fun. I came home from vacation, she had a little bloom on it, and it was so pretty. And I've had this plant forever, and she kind of bounces back and forth between being happy and being sad. She does have a little bit of sun stressing on her. Right now she's in a happy phase, and she's been growing lots of new leaves, like this beautiful, almost all white one. This one's new as well. It's still sizing up. But yeah, this plant is, I love it when Hoyas have these huge leaves. They're just, because they're so solid, there's something so satisfying about them, and they're just so cool. And they have these like really woody stems, and it's just so awesome. I have to dust all of these Hoyas. They are just literally covered in dog hair, so I'm sorry if you guys can see that, but so cool. I love the variegation on the outside, and Hoya latifolia. This was one of my first as well, and she's just so cute. Oh, my legs are starting to hurt. Oh. All right, here's another bigger one. So this is another Hoya wayettii, and this is my variegated version. So this one is very sun stressed. She lived in a grow light in my old house, so she has lots of this purple coloration. I actually think it was too much light, so I moved her away from that grow light in this new house. I haven't really seen much growth from her since I moved her, but she might still be acclimating. I have her in this concrete planter, and so she's not drying out too fast, not too slow, and maybe there is a little bit of growth, but it's just down low a lot. But this lives on my kitchen counter. You can kind of see lots of plants up there. She lives up there. There is a grow light above it. I changed my pendulum lights that are over my counter into grow lights, so I have lots of plants that live there. But she's just one of them. I've been looking at these Hoya wayettii, the variegated ones, forever, and I just like finally took the plunge when I moved. When I moved to Tennessee from North Carolina. So yeah, Hoya wayettii variegata. Okay, so I have another Hoya compacta. This is the variegated version. This is actually in a pot that I colored when I was a kid. My mom gave it to me from her office. I was too afraid for my plant to hurt it, so I actually take it out to water it because it is a special pot and it doesn't have any drainage or anything like that, so might as well. I've only had this plant maybe a month or two, so there is no new growth on her, but look how just cool the variegation on these are. I am so excited to finally see it grow. I have like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 growth spots that it could possibly come out of. Maybe I can get her into a window and see if she can grow a little bit more, but she's just so neat. I love variegated Hoyas just because the way that they are around the outside of the leaves is just so satisfying to me for some reason, and I just think it is so cute. Alright, all the rest of my Hoyas live in my cabinet, so I'm going to be posting a cabinet tour pretty soon. I actually am thinking about filming it today, so if you see that first, these might all be recognizable. But I'm going to start with my oldest one, and this is my Hoya pubicalyx. This one I've had for a very long time as well. I just have a little trellis thing in the background here. She doesn't really use it that much, but still kind of an option for her. There's just tons of growth points on this one. I at one point had really long runners on it, and when I was moving it broke. So there were no leaves on the runners, but it was pretty long. But I love the splashes on these Hoya pubicalyx. And this one I've had for such a long time. It has grown a little bit, not a ton, but there is a little bit of growth going on it, and she's just an easy plant. I've overwatered this, I've underwatered it, and she's just always still happy. Very solid first Hoya if you're gonna start pubicalyx all the way. Alright, then I have a Hoya obovata. This actually reminds me a lot of my Hoya carrii because of I have a little bit of wonky leaves coming in since I've brought it home. This one almost looks like a Hoya carrii because it has like a little dimple in the top. But I was looking for a Hoya obovata for so long, so when I saw this in my local plant store, I had to jump. So I didn't even have a pot or anything ready for it, so when I had a plant pass away, I put her in it. She seems to be happy. It's just painted terracotta. When I first got into plants, I painted all my terracotta. I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to be making a big difference to this Hoya. She's given me maybe 3 leaves since I've gotten her, and I got her earlier this spring, so that's pretty cool. That's a lot for a Hoya in the first year that you have it. So yeah, she seems pretty happy. She's pretty cool. I love the big leaves. Again, I just love the big leaves. Next, I have my Hoya Mathilde. So this has these tiny little leaves on it, these cute little button leaves. This one I actually overwatered for a little while, so she's kind of in the process of dying back a little bit. I didn't realize that the way that this was sitting, it was kind of tilted. The way that the hole is in the bottom, it was just holding a ton of water. So unfortunately, I had overwatered it. I think I have a whole vine that's dying back, but the rest of it seems okay. She just lives in the middle of my cabinet, and she's doing all right. And this is another Hoya that I wanted for a very long time. It's just another staple that I've seen in so many people's plant collections, and just so cute, so perfect. I love that it grows in pairs, and just, how cute. So little. Another one that has splashes on it. That's actually the past 3 that I talked about has splashes on it. Okay, the next one that I have is my Hoya Calistophylla. This is one that I actually bought off of Etsy, and this one has such cool veination on it, and it is just so unique compared to any of the other Hoyas that I have. I've never had any with these veins on them. They are so neat. I know Hoya Calistophyllas can get really big, and it's just gonna be cool to see it grow up. I've only had this one for a couple of months, so it hasn't gotten very big, but it's getting there. It's looking really nice. Next, I have my Hoya globulosa. This one is actually fuzzy. The bottom of the leaves are fuzzy. I don't know if it'll actually show up on camera, if you can see the kind of little hairs that it has, but this one is so fun to touch. I've only gotten 1 new leaf from this one since I've bought it. This was also part of that Etsy order that I bought, and it is just so cute. I love touching this plant. It does live in my cabinet, so I don't get to touch it very much, so like I'm having a great time right now. But the top is so waxy, the bottom is so soft. It's just so unique out of all the other Hoyas that I have, and it's just neat. Hoyas, there's so many different ones, and there's so many more that I want. Next, I have my Hoya rotundiflora. And this one is the weird little like square leaves. This one's also a little bit fuzzy, but it is just, again, so different compared to any of the other Hoyas that I have, and it's just so neat. Like, it is so strange. Like, why do the leaves grow in like that? Like, I have just one little leaf that it's grown since I've gotten it. Actually two. This one's new as well. But it is just so weird and so neat. It's just awesome. I do give my Hoyas a chunky mix with like bark in it and stuff, so it has something to grab onto, because I know Hoyas like that. But it's just so freaking cool. And then last but not least, I have showed this one on my channel before, but it has grown since then. So here's my Hoya polyneura. This is just a fishtail Hoya. I have still not have actually planted it in this planter, but she's grown a couple of new leaves for me. So I've only had this one a couple of weeks and she's already growing, which is awesome. So that means that she's nice and happy in my cabinet. And yeah, so this is honestly one of my favorites, because look at those beautiful veins on it. And just so cool. And it seems like it's growing really quick, so hopefully she will continue to grow. Maybe I'll finally repot her. We will see. But yeah. Alright, so that is all the Hoyas that I have today. I have so many all around me right now. They're literally just like all sitting on the floor around me. And I love Hoyas. I think they're my favorite genus. I don't know. I love pothos too. But I had so much fun taking all these down. I'm going to do a ton of maintenance with them. I'm going to be cleaning them and things like that. But I hope that you guys had fun today. Please let me know if there's any Hoyas that you guys recommend me getting, because I love them. I am always looking for new Hoyas. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye.